Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Former SEC Director William Hinman has hammered Ripple under oath, stating, quote, "I told you XRP was a security," end quote. I have so much to say about this stuff, and I'm willing to bet that if you've seen this news anywhere on social media or just regular media to this point, I'm willing to bet that it has been grinding your gears, because it's definitely grinding my gears while simultaneously burning my biscuits. And so there's this headline from Crypto News Flash. "I told you XRP was a security. Bill Hinman turns on Ripple in latest blow." And as I was reading through this article, I was just sitting here thinking, my gosh, how the hell can Bill Hinman say with a straight face that he doesn't think that the Ethereum Foundation did anything wrong in selling their Ether tokens? How can he say that and then say that Ripple was doing something illegal by selling its XRP? And so anyway, these latest comments come from the William Hinman deposition. He was under oath towards the tail end of July, so just a few weeks ago. And we've got our first look at what was actually said during this. So it's a partial reveal. I don't know if we'll ever see the entirety of the deposition ever completely revealed. Maybe we will. But either way, there's some really interesting stuff in here. But I want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos all up on the internet because it's a fun hobby, but that's all that's going on here. So when we go, in 2018, William Hinman declared Ether and Bitcoin were not securities. This has come to play a major part in the Ripple versus the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's legal battle, but in the latest twist, Ripple has been dealt a major blow. Hinman has claimed he told the blockchain payments company that XRP was a security and urged the firm to stop selling it. Let me pause right there. I'm not surprised that he said that, and I would not characterize this quite the same way. I don't think that this is a major blow. It's just an individual who used to work at the SEC sharing his personal opinion. And what do we know about personal opinions, even if he was at the SEC? That it's not the official position of the SEC. And I'd say the real blow came when the SEC did file a legal complaint against Ripple. But the fact that Hinman right now is stating this, is this surprising? Do you think that Ripple's attorneys weren't expecting this? So I don't think that this can be reasonably characterized as a major blow. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that there's this deposition. I'd be willing to bet this was a net positive for Ripple. And think about it. William Hinman tried to get out of this, and the SEC was helping him to try and quash this whole thing. And Ripple wanted this, and of course they knew he was going to say something like that, or that it was likely, right? But anyway, piece continues. Ripple made every possible effort to depose Hinman, who was the former SEC Director of Corporate Finance. The SEC, on its part, fought even harder to quash the deposition. It went as far as claiming that Hinman was speaking in a personal capacity when he exempted Ether and Bitcoin from being labeled as securities. However, despite the SEC's effort, the deposition took place last month, and now for the first time, parts of it have become available to the public. And then there's the subheading, "I told you XRP was a security." Apparently, guys, we didn't listen. The most striking discovery from the deposition is that Hinman claims to have made it clear to Ripple that it was engaging in securities violation by selling XRP. Hinman was replying to an inquiry on whether, during his tenure, there were instances when his guidance was sought as to the application of federal securities laws to digital assets. And so here's the quote. This is from William Hinman. "Frankly, the one I recall the most clearly is probably the one when XRP came in with a person who had my position before me, as well as enforcement counsel. They were interested in, is there a way to restructure what we're doing to bring it within compliance of the securities laws? And the first thing I said to them was, you're continuing to offer XRP without any kind of restrictions that would apply as a securities offering. If you want to come into compliance, you have to stop doing that." And they understood that. And so that's the quote. And so again, like I said at the outset, I'm sitting there reading that kind of like in stunned disbelief, and I'm used to, daily occurrences of stunned disbelief as it pertains to this case, because there's endless amounts of nonsense with all sorts of positions that the SEC holds on this topic. But again, like, how the hell can you say that Ripple, what they're doing is wrong in selling XRP, which, by the way, was created before Ripple, the company, even existed? How can you say that's a problem? But then knowing, like, there was an ICO for Ethereum. We do know that absolutely was the case, which the SEC says is a big no-no. But Ethereum has been getting away with that. And so what about all of the Ether that the Ethereum Foundation has sold? Because look, like, Ripple gets a bunch of crap for the XRP that they sell. How many times do you see people in media complain about anyone else, any other entity, selling coins? Like, what about, do you hear anybody bitch about Cardano? Do you hear anybody bitch about Ether? Ethereum Foundation? Like, just pick a coin. And the answer is no. Like, you pretty well never see that. With Ripple, absolutely you do, though. And it seems hypocritical here. But I don't know how he could say what he's saying here with a straight face, given the specific things he had said about Ether in the past. Piece continues. Hinman's response could be a big blow to Ripple. I disagree. The San Francisco company has been pleading lack of fair notice as its main defense in the lawsuit by the SEC. Hinman has been a key part of this defense, but now, with him claiming that he informed them years ago that XRP could be a security and they should stop selling it, this defense could lose its appeal. Yeah, so I don't buy that, because, again, it's been made clear, like, that would just be Hinman's a personal opinion. Okay, so how could they ever take that as degree? Because it's not. There is no word specifically from the SEC on XRP. So I just don't, because they can't have it both ways. They just cannot have it both ways. And then on top of that, it has been made very clear that there's all sorts of confusion within the marketplace, which I firmly believe is provably the case. I've been highlighting it ever since this case came down in December. There is not clarity within the space. And so the fact that there's more confusion based on what William Hinman said here only adds to Ripple's defense as far as I can see here. And then they shared this tweet from Jeremy Hogan. And this isn't literally, it's a fake back and forth between Ripple and Hinman, but you'll get the gist of why he wrote what he wrote here. So check this out. Ripple, if we're doing something wrong, how can we fix it? Hinman, you can't. Just stop selling XRP until we get our lawsuit finished. Ripple, that's extremely unhelpful. Hinman, I'll be more helpful when I get back into private practice. Call me then. Which I kind of got a kick out of. Now, and then he did in a separate tweet, though, he shared the actual testimony. Which was, again, as follows. The first thing I said to them, Ripple, was you're continuing to offer XRP without any kind of restrictions that would apply as a securities offering. If you want to come into compliance, you have to stop doing that. So Jeremy wrote, so I was only half joking. I thought it was funny, but there's truth to what he's saying. Like, he's making an awfully good point here. And then my fellow XRP YouTuber, Jungle Inc., he's been on fire. He's shared all sorts of opinions on this. I wanted to highlight one or two of them here. He wrote in this particular tweet, ladies and gentlemen, this is what all the BS boils down to. Ripple will be able to continue to sell XRP, but there will be some kind of restrictions. What those will be defined shortly. Yeah, and actually, I happen to share that opinion. I think that's probable at this point. And he shared this little snippet here. It said, I said to them, was you're continuing to offer XRP without any kind of restrictions. And so we've seen restrictions before. Like, you can think about the Kick Interactive case, which I've talked about in the past. When Kin got regulatory clarity, they were allowed to continue selling their Kin tokens, but I think there was they had to give 30 days notice that they were going to sell to the SEC, and so there were some restrictions, but it's not something that would destroy them, and this wouldn't destroy Ripple either. It's just stupid paperwork, effectively, and I don't think it makes a ton of logical sense, but yeah, but we've already seen this happen, and I wouldn't be surprised in the least to see this happen with Ripple and XRP as well. So I think Jungle Link is nailing it there. And then there was this. Jungle Link tweeted out, and here is the problem in Director Hinman's own words. The only solution the SEC had for Ripple was to stop selling a commodity they legal owner and are entitled to sell. So he meant they legally own and are entitled to sell. This requirement has not been imposed on Ethereum Foundation or anyone else. Spot on. And then he wrote, just in case it's unclear, Hinman is a scumbag. I'm very surprised to see that you still selling XRP. Ripple issues quarterly reports where they publicly disclose this information. Gary Gensler, was Hinman incompetent and not paying attention to the number 3 crypto, or just a liar? And so it may have been the case that he was surprised when he found out that Ripple was still selling XRP. It could, though, to be honest with you, it could just be the case that he was aware of it, but he said the fact that he meant what he meant was perhaps the fact that it was still happening was a surprising fact that he was aware of. Either way, it shouldn't be surprising because there's market confusion. And he's not helping right here. And so this is what I was kind of getting at a few minutes ago. It's like Ripple, they really get beaten up because they're so transparent about their XRP holdings and what they're selling to strategic partners and so on and so forth. You don't see that. Like, how much Ether does the Ethereum Foundation hold? Who are they selling to? When do they do it? We've barely gotten any information about them ever. Other than, I think, at the peak of the last market cycle for Ether, very close to it, I believe the Ethereum Foundation sold like 70,000 Ether when it had run up to like whatever it was, $1,400 or $1,500 back, and then of course it crashed back down to, I don't know, $100. I can't remember exactly how low it got during the bear market, but the point is, they made a killing there, and that was not a problem because reasons. Like, what in the ever loving hell is that? So kind of ridiculous here. But you guys let me know what you think. That's the update on this for now. I think there's going to be more to talk about in the coming days, but that has you sufficiently caught up to speed at this point. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.